Hello everyone, this is Shelby with Shelby Creation. Welcome back to the Dragon's Den. Oh, I got glue all over my hands. That's nothing new here. We know that there's a lot of influx of new people into this craft. And I've been trying to sort of give them hints and tips with my videos on what we do and how we do to help make them, more interested in the process without spending a lot of money. So I know when I first started, I started with basically nothing. And over the years it built up. And then I went from, memory albums where I was using the whole 12 by 12 pad of paper mostly and detailed measurements and stuff like this to junk journaling where I don't measure if I don't have to. And there's a process in all of it that, especially with junk journaling, that applies to its name, junk. And it's not, what everybody would consider junk, what some people would consider junk, is basically what we consider treasures. As an example, someone asked me, where do you get all your little pockets and envelopes and ideas for stuff? And a lot of it is from the things we have around our house. Now, this was an envelope. You get your bank card in, your debit card in. This here is when you go to a motel, they'll put your room key in here. But these things work great for little ephemera holders, little tuck things that you can tuck in. So what I do is I make templates out of these. Now, you can do this on basic cardstock, and if it's a template that you're going to use a lot, try to find in your stash, in the things that you buy, either a hard piece of cardboard or even a hard piece of acetate. Those will make longer lasting. But with these, all I did was I opened it up to where, that's what it looks like. And the same with this. Now you'll notice when how it's sort of frayed some there. You get the little strings and stuff on it. And this is actually made from Tyvek. And then I opened it there. So now I've got this. And I have this. So my next thing of what I did was easy peasy, basic cardstock. This is simple 110 cardstock. I buy mine at Walmart, right off the shelf. And then what you do is you lay these down and carefully trace them out. Let's do it this way. Now I usually have trouble tracing things out, especially going around corners. So I try to start and stop. Get to the corner, come back the other way. And when you're tracing, don't move your hand off your paper. You see how I started with my hand all the way on the paper like this? And as I got to certain sections, I moved my hand away. That way that paper doesn't move. And you're still able to get around. Now what I'm going to do at this point is, hang on just a second. Let me quiet that. I'm going to come here and I'm going to line it up with this side here, the long side. This is where the fold is. I'm going to draw a line there. And this fold is right here. Draw that one. Now I'm going to slide again up against this back edge and score here or just mark it here and mark it here. Now we can see that there's a score line that goes across there. Now, I had a smaller ruler. I'm going to come in here, connect those two, going to connect these two, and then from here, across the bottom, I simply want to lay this along the line on each side and draw there. Now, I'm very technical with this, so in order to know that these are score lines, I just simply put an S. Now with this one, this is going to be a little bit more difficult because it is Tyvek. It does move, but you can do it. Now, one thing I suggest is try to keep a finger or something right next to that line. And then follow it all the way around. I'm sorry if my head's getting in the way, but I got to see how to do this. And I will simply move my finger right along where I'm going to mark so that it holds that paper down. Now, it will take a little bit of time with this. You do not want to rush this if you've got something, you know, that's, I don't want to say flimsy, but thin like this. Just take your time and go around the whole outside. Now you see, I'm not moving my hand off of here. I may reposition it, but my hand does not come off. I'll turn this around because it's easier to turn the paper than it is for me to twist and turn my hands. I have arthritis in my hands, so sometimes it's twisting and turning is not a good option. Oops. And yes, you do make mistakes, but just come along and continue that down there. Now, it doesn't look like much, but again, we're setting our lines. I've got this side and this side together where they need to go, and then I will simply put marks up here, slide this down, making sure that this side and this side are right along those lines, and then make my marks down here. And then we know that one goes across down at the bottom. So we connect the dots. Line that up, draw our line, line that up, draw our line, and you don't even have to stay within the thing. So, again, score, score, score. Now what I'm going to do, now you got all that needs to be done, is you got to cut them out. Now at this point, because this one is a little rough around the edges there are times I come in and I just straighten up that line, just so I've got, you know, a straight cutting area. And I know this comes around more like that. And then I'll cut them out. I went ahead and did this. I already got some cut out here. And you see here was our score lines, so that when we fold it up, it will look like that. And the same here. Well, I scored it, but I haven't folded it. Now with this one, because, I mean, you don't need to have a scoreboard to score these lines. Just come straight across. Now where this one needs to be folded, match your lines so that you've got an even edge. And that one looks good. Now I'm going to come down here and do the same here. Match that bottom edge. And alright, so this is even, so maybe my score line was off. Doesn't matter, we know that gets folded up, that's in, and that's our little booklet. Now, when I trace these out on regular paper, I mark the score lines underneath. Show you here. You can see the little marks there, here, here, and here, where I scored the bottom. But I scored it on the back because I didn't want anything marking up my front. And these are all hand cut, so no, they're not going to be, I may have a little bit of an overhang here or whatever, but I know this bottom, where it counts the most, is even. If I want to, I can come up here and straighten that out. Another thing I do is, because this was traced, and I traced it right this way up so I knew see what design I had, it will leave some pencil marks because I'm not the greatest person to, I can't cut a straight line. So yeah, there's going to be some pencil marks, but that's what inking's for. I am too lazy to go back and remove all those lines. So I'll ink over them, they disappear. Now, one thing you'll notice, the original folds this way. Mine folds this way. That's the goodness of a template. You can have it folding this way. You can reverse it when you put it together to fold the other way. So you can use it left-handed, right-handed, whatever. These go basically the same way each time. Now, one good thing about this is you can take this same template and where your score lines are here, just bring that up. Let me see, here it is. This part here, turn it around and instead of drawing that curved line there, put another one of these on top so that what you will have in the end is, hold this up so I can show you, you'll have like a little coin envelope just by adding that extra flap to the top. And you can trace out another one of these, put the top up there, and you've got another template. So, and this is the way I started. This is the way I started if I wanted,
Nick Bryant, EPR 27.
He can wait till I get off. I'll call him back, I promise. But this is the way I started getting the envelopes and the tucks and the different little spaces, was to find, if I got hold of one, I made a template. So I would always have it with me. And now I have a 3-ring binder with my templates in page protectors that's on my shelf. So, yeah, as you increase your stash, look how cute that is. And then this one here, all I have to do with this one is to come in here and put a little bit of glue. And because if you're afraid of the glue seeping out into your section here, spread it out with your finger and then close it up. Then all you have to do is to get your baby wipe, your tissue, whatever. Wipe your finger off, and that's done. And there's your little pocket. In fact, you can even stick one inside the other. I thought those were neat ideas, things that I have been using for years, and something great for our new members of our crafting family. And that's what we are when you think about it. We are family. I have fellow crafters that are men and women, so I have brothers and sisters within the crafting family. And as the new ones, get into it more, you'll find someone that you click with, that you can share things and swap things, and even if it's just a one stamp envelope, which is a great way to swap. I got one from a very dear friend of mine recently, Sherry Liberto, and what she sent me, and some of you may think, what are you going to do with a wine bottle bag? There are so many possibilities with this. So that may end up being a video. Something else she sent me. I got one thing set up here on the side. I do not have any fall napkins at all. Look at these beautiful napkins she sent me. Now, yes, there's only 5, but that's all I need. These are perfect. These are beautiful, and when you open them up, oh my gosh. That one's already started. Peel the inside off. But look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So now I have some fall napkins. She sent me these little flowers, which would be perfect for fall. And the thing, a Rapido ribbon. This stuff is so good for tags and just about anything. So we'll definitely be using this. She sent me some gift checks, or guest checks, because I don't have any. I think I may have 1 or 2. So, and all this came in an envelope. It was a big envelope, but it was an envelope. I mean, look at that. I've got plenty to play with. And look at what she did with envelopes. Yes, envelopes. She colored them. She sent them through her embossing machine. I mean, this one came apart a little bit there, but it just makes it that much more interesting. I love that one. And she did this one. And like I said, these are all envelopes that she created. I think, yeah, I think the envelopes are store-bought, but look at what she did with simple envelopes. Envelopes, whichever way you say it. Stars, butterflies, I love butterflies. Then she sent me some she had made. And these are actually double envelopes. You've got the space there, and you've got another one here. So I've got that one. Love the inside. I mean, look at how beautiful that paper is. Another double envelope. And this one, same thing. Love the green, another double. So I've got all of these to play with. But then she sent me something else. Now, I have never, ever owned one of these. I've never used one. I mean, how can you use it if you don't own it? She sent me one of her old jelly plates. Just a small one. And, yeah, I mean, you can tell she has lovingly used this thing. But I've never used it before. And we have a date to get together on FaceTime, and she's going to teach me how to use this. How great is that? But that's some of the blessings you get when you have a crafty sister, a crafty brother. It could be something as simple as what you can, if you're going to send something, it can be as simple as what will fit in an envelope. It could be the big one, it could be the short one. You could take a playing card, wrap a little bit of washi tape on it. You could make a couple of little tucks and folders like this and put them in the envelope. Believe me, crafters love getting anything that is handmade because you took the time to create it and send it to us. That makes whatever we receive that much more special. So reach out to those. There's plenty of groups on Facebook. Reach out in there, find someone. It can be someone close to home. It could be someone, in another state. I mean, I've got friends or I should say crafty family in Florida, in Arizona, in New York, in Louisiana, in South Carolina, all over the place. And it is great fun. I even have several over in other countries. But reach out, make friends. And if you find one where you live, honey, hang on to them. They are like gold. So anyway, I wanted to share with you this special gift and the special wonderful things that Sherry sent to me. Thank you, Sherry, very much. I will indeed use these and learn how to use the jelly plate. So if you've enjoyed what I've shared with you today, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and come back here to the Dragon's Den because you never know what we're going to do next. Bye, guys.